Alright, what's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Redemption. Why? Why are they back? Okay, well, there's not much I can do about it. I'm just gonna have to live with it. I don't remember. I did different voices for all of them, but I know Monodam's was like robot voice, and I think Monosuke's was something like this. But I don't remember any of the other ones. So, here we go. 1, 2. Wow, they can count. 1. Okay, we're starting the music over so I can say this again. 2.
The previous loud noises went silent as we stood in the doorway. Everyone in the room froze and turned towards us. All of a sudden, I heard 4 familiar words. Rise and shine, or sign. No. No. Why? What?
Okay, maybe I'm putting some of my own inflection into that, but... Fuck. Okay, well... I thought it'd be... I guess Miu has made them, so I don't know why she's saying...
we can explain.
You better! Powerful yokai.
Miu, Chihiro, what is this? Last thing we needed more Monokubs. I watched as Miu finally managed to grab Monotaro, who had stopped running once he saw us.
I forgot about Monotaro calling Miu, like, mother or whatever, during the chapter where she died. Forgot about that. It's our fucking lab assistants. Okay.
I wanted some help around the lab, since I'm working really hard on...
Chill! Don't say it! We haven't patented it yet!
Miu shot Chihiro a glare, causing him to stop whatever he was going to say.
Why would you think the Monokubs would be any help at all?
Something, and Miu offered to build me something to help me around the lab.
And you decided on them? 1. Give me a break! The design was easy to replicate, and I had to use something I was at least kind of familiar with. So you built 5 more Monokumas?
No, I made the AI for them. They're actually really sweet.
Okay. Yeah, this time they're on our side. We programmed them with new personalities since the old ones were annoying as fuck. They're actually terrible until someone let it slip that there were other people here.
I didn't mean to.
Okay. 2. All of a sudden they wouldn't stop trying to bust out and meet you guys. 3. Monotaro here got the fucking door open, and I just managed to wrestle the little guy back inside. I don't know. But I guess he blew our damn cover.
Why were you keeping them a secret anyway? Because if Monokuma finds him, they might destroy them.
There's a giant camera in this room. But I thought our rooms had cameras in them. Thank you.
We hacked the one in this room, using old footage on loop so the mastermind doesn't suspect we tampered with it. So please, everyone, don't tell Monokuma about this. I don't want anything to happen to them.
Don't worry, we'll be okay.
I'm pretty sure that was pretty close to Monotaro's voice.
Yeah, can we meet the others now? Please?
Fine.
Miu gently sent Monotaro down. Chihiro did the same with Monodam. Monotaro ran over to Taka, looking up at him curiously.
Wow! Hey, I like your voice. It sounds super cool.
Cool. I don't think I said anything in your presence, but thank you. 1.
Oh my goodness, your hair is so beautiful. You think so?
Don't trust it. They're trying to deceive you.
Of course. Thank you. Boogie likes it too.
I mean, I'd hope so.
Boogie picked up Monofani, holding the robot happily in a hug. It was kind of adorable.
Yo, you have a guitar? That's sick! I also play the guitar. Hell yeah, it is!
I think he had like the,
Yeah, it's me!
maybe? I don't know.
I think I like this one. Guys.
I'm feeling like I've been replaced. He's looking at Monodam, probably. Yeah, okay. Hello. You are also a robot. Fascinating. I think that makes 11 of you in total, if I'm correct. Wow, they can count past 10. Truly an innovation in robotics. Nice.
The Cubs continued to chat with everyone excitedly as Chihiro and Miu watched. Now, everyone, don't overwhelm the others.
But they're so cool!
I know, but remember, this is a lot to process for them. Can we hang out with them a little more? Please?
Of a once powerful yokai.
I don't know. That's fun. I like this song. I just wish it was not associated with the Monokos. I think I really do like the introduction of the song going like dee-doo-dee-doo-doo. It's a pretty good tone setter, but you know.
Of course.
And a good bass line.
Everyone sat down and began, I'm just going to say, playing with the Monokubs.
That sounds more accurate.
I saw Chihiro looking at the little robots fondly, like a parent seeing their kids make new friends. Wow, you really care about these things, do you? Don't you? Of course, I care about all my creations. It makes me so happy to see other people happy with what I make. Aw, Chihiro, that's...
Then what about me? You never expressed me any love.
I'm going to execute all the Monokubs right now. Ahem, everyone, please make your way to the gym pronto. I have a very exciting announcement.
Oh, I see. I see. This one, okay. This was going to be the sacrifice case, right? Somebody's going to sacrifice themselves, and then they're going to have nobody to punish, so Monokuma's going to punish the Monokubs. I get it. I understand.
You don't want to miss this.
Huh? What's he talking about?
Kaede, it's the motive. You should know this by now.
I'm not sure, but it's probably not good.
We should go before Monokuma gets suspicious.
Yes.
Kibo looks very upset about this, and honestly, I'm with you, man.
You're leaving already? Don't worry, I'm sure we'll be back soon. You babies can take care of yourselves, right? Yeah, Boogie would love to hang out with you guys again.
Me too.
Cool.
Really?
Hell yeah! That's awesome!
Stay safe. Why is there a dash between that? I don't know.
Yes, take care.
We shall.
Nobody connected with Monosuke. Everybody like connected with one of them except for him.
We all reluctantly got up and left Miu's room, making our way down the hall into the gym. Monokuma was waiting there eagerly for us, which was never a good sign.
You're telling me.
Hello, my lovely students. How are you all on this fine day?
Cut the crap, Monokuma. What do you want?
What? Am I not allowed to be in a good mood? You all are so disrespectful.
Just tell us what the announcement is, Monokuma.
Well, I think you all know about what time it is.
You don't mean...
The music stops.
Yep, it's motive time, and this one's a doozy. You see, did any of you ever wonder why I'm here?
What an existential question.
Huh?
I mean, did any of you ever wonder how I got into this super secure school?
What? Isn't this also an island?
Well, it's because of one of you.
Oh, it's the classic, there's a traitor among you.
Among Us!
No one said a single word as Monokuma's words echoed throughout the gym.
I think I was doing somebody else's voice.
You're a liar! It can't be!
I guess he wasn't alive for that when it happened with Sakura.
Oh, but it's 100% true. You should see your faces right now. But yep, one of you's a traitor, and your motive is to kill them.
Wow, that's prime sacrifice time.
And why would we do that?
Because if you do, the rest of you get to leave.
What?
Yep, no trial, no execution. You all just walk on out. So, with that, I'll be on my...
What if the traitor kills someone?
What's that?
You heard me. What happens if the traitor kills someone?
Oh, you're a clever one. I wouldn't worry about that. But if it eases your little head, the same rules apply. The traitor would be axed on the spot, and you'd all get to leave. So without further ado, happy hunting.
Monokuma disappeared, and we all just stood there, trying to process what he'd said. One of us is a traitor.
I don't know who could that possibly be.
Everyone just stared at each other. I hated how doubts began to enter my mind as I looked at each face. And from how tense the room felt, everyone else was surely thinking the same way. Finally, someone broke the silence.
Oh, come on! I can't be the only one who thought about this, right? You think that weird alter ego thing just died on its own? That Monokuma could pull all of this off without an inside man?
But what can we do? We don't even know who it is.
Well, duh, that's the entire point. Wah! I don't know who this is. Wah! Poor Squid Man, he's been kidnapped.
Huh? We all turned to Ibuki, who'd suddenly burst into tears.
Oh, okay.
Wah! Ibuki doesn't want to suspect her friends. Ibuki doesn't want everyone to turn on each other again. Ibuki doesn't want any more of her friends to die.
Hey, Ibuki, don't...
Rintaro and Mondo stepped over to Ibuki, doing their best to comfort her.
Well, I believe there is only one course of action, then. The traitor, please raise your hand. The first trial.
And what's that?
For the traitor to come forward. Really? He really did say it. Are you serious right now?
Actually, I agree with Taka. Traitor, whoever you are, we can figure this out. I'm sure you have a good reason for what you did. We won't hurt you.
Yeah, okay.
But for everyone's safety, we need to know who you are so no one else can get hurt. So, If you're really our friend, then please, step forward.
I bet you Kokichi's going to fake confess as the traitor at one point. I mean, it just seems within his character to do so.
Silence. We all waited for several minutes, but no one moved an inch or said a word.
The traitor might not even know they're the traitor. I knew it. You're all idiots. I got it.
Kokichi went for the door, but someone called out after him.
Is it Chihiro?
Kokichi, wait.
Are you the traitor?
Chihiro moved to follow Kokichi, but Miu stopped him.
Okay.
Hey, don't go running off with him alone, Chihiro.
Kokichi let out a laugh, a hollow, bitter laugh.
Why? Are you worried I'm going to kill him?
Yeah, duh. Pretty much.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because I confirmed it, literally. Oh.
For all the bullshit you spout on about how we're all friends, the hard truth is that one of us is a bigger liar than me.
Kokichi laughed, and I couldn't help but notice how tired he seemed.
Is he slowly dying? I don't know.
Before, he used to laugh and make a big show about this kind of thing, but now...
So, what do we do? Now, I missed that part.
I don't know.
Everybody's got to buddy up in pairs of 3. That way no murders can happen.
It's simple. We do nothing.
No, Rantaro. That didn't work last time, did it?
What do you mean?
If we all refuse to kill, then this motive is worthless. We work together, we expose the traitor as a group. That way, no one innocent is at risk.
Yeah, you're right.
But this only works if we all agree to it.
But we have nothing to stop anyone from going back on their word.
That's right. We'd just have to trust each other.
No one said anything, but no one disagreed either. Slowly, we all nodded our heads in agreement.
Yes, I think that's
It's a deal then.
I need a drink. Hold on. Alright.
Yeah, Chihiro and I are gonna head back to work.
Okay, stay safe, you two. We will.
Groups of 3, everyone, please. Think about it.
We left, and slowly, everyone else did too. Everyone except one person. Kibo?
It's me, I'm the traitor, don't tell anyone!
Oh, hello, Kaede.
Kibo was staring off into space, like he was deep in thought.
Okay. My mind, because he said he was staring off into space, I almost auto-corrected that in my brain, too. And he was deep in space.
Deep space. Are you okay?
Yes, just thinking.
Do you have a lie detector function? About?
I'm worried about everyone. I know we all promised not to do anything, but what if someone breaks that promise? I mean, it could be our only chance of escape, but...
I know what you mean, but we can't do anything rashly. We have to be 100% sure we know who the traitor is before taking any action.
Oh. You're right. We were all finally starting to get along, and then Monokuma came and ruined it again. Now everyone is suspicious of each other.
This motive is, like, specifically targeting Kaede.
Oh, I can kill the traitor and save everyone.
Yeah, okay. I guess specifically parodying what Kaede did. I don't know.
Well, what if we did something about it?
What do you mean? That's dangerous talk, Kaede.
Let's do something together. All of us. Lying around...
lying around to each other. All of us lying. No, that's not what it means.
Lying around being miserable isn't going to help anything. I think we could all use a night to do something besides worry about this. Let's have another party. That worked out so well last time.
But last time...
Thank you, Kifa.
Kaede, are you insane?
I know, but this way we could all keep an eye on each other. We're not being reckless.
We're not being a reckless.
And I don't think we'd be much safer sitting around alone, drowning in our own fear. If anything, we need to keep our spirits up so no one snaps and does something drastic.
Well, how about a game night? The new floor has a rec room, right?
That's perfect! You and I can set it up and we'll surprise everyone.
Yes, I'm sure they won't be suspicious of our intentions at all. Especially after last time. Yes, we can ask Angie to make snacks too. Except I won't be able to eat any, but that is alright. Great idea. I bet we could go find her now.
She's just dead.
Okay.
It's funny because normally... oh my goodness. Normally with something like this, I could say like, oh, I have a suspect. But at this point, I have 3 suspects, right? Kibo could be the traitor, Angie could be the traitor, or Chihiro. I mean, Chihiro just happened to want to build the Monocubs. That's a little strange, plus all the other sus stuff. And then Angie acted really weird in the last trial. And then Kibo was clearly taken over by another entity. So, you know, any of the 3 of them could be the traitor. I have no idea. Or the traitor could be someone totally separate, and one of them is the mastermind, and then there's also a traitor who doesn't even know they're the traitor anymore. Who knows?
Kibo and I walked around the academy, trying to think of where Angie could be.
Oh, we should check her room. Should we try the kitchen? She spends a lot of time in there, right?
Oh, right. Good idea, Kibo.
That's right. That is what my robot brain is good for.
We headed for the kitchen, but to our surprise...
Empty. She's not here. My heat vision is or my infrared sight is telling me no living beings are inside of this kitchen.
Huh, that's weird. She's been cooking a lot after things like this happen.
Well, if she cooks to deal with stress, then maybe she's doing something else she likes instead.
Oh, I think I get it. Let's head there. To her lab. With a new idea in mind, Keep and I climbed the stairs to the 2nd floor of the school, to Angie's lab.
Well, now Angie seems even more sus, because she's not anywhere.
Angie! Oh, sure enough, we found her.
Okay, well, here she is. What are you doing here, Kaede? I'm sculpting a knife to kill people with.
She was standing in front of a canvas, strokes of paint scattered across it in a mismatched pattern. I couldn't tell if they were trying to look like something, or it was abstract.
Angie. Well, that's a weird voice, with a little bit of a frog in my throat. It does like this weird raspy thing. Weird.
Of course, that's happening to me now. Couldn't have happened to me earlier or anything. Anyway.
She didn't seem to notice either of us. She was so lost in her work. Maybe we shouldn't disturb...
Angie!
He just like zaps her with the tip of his finger.
Oh! Ah! Ah! You have surprised me!
Nope.
Angie gasped, her eyes flying open as she nearly dropped her paintbrush.
She just like paints Kibo's face.
Get away from me! Murderer! Oh, Kibo! Kaede! Please do not sneak up on me like that. Sorry, we just wanted to ask you something.
Oh, what is it?
Well, we were going to try to have a game night with everyone later. Would you help us make snacks for it?
I'd be delighted. Would you two be willing to help me?
Of course.
I'm not very good for anything but measuring. I do not eat human food.
Wonderful. Shall we head to the kitchen then?
Yes, let's go. Pikachu and Eevee. That is a game that I like to play.
Okay.
We went back to the kitchen, and Angie started to pull out supplies.
What are we making, Angie?
Your doom! And she just smacks him over the head with a frying pan. Sandwiches! They should be very easy to snack on during our games. Sure, okay.
Oh, nice. That's a great idea.
Yes, even if I can't eat them, I'd be happy to help prepare them for you guys. Or with you guys, either way.
Then let's get started. Angie, Kibo, and I spent a while preparing sandwiches.
Maybe we should have prepared the games as well.
Angie talked a bit about her island and the foods they had there. After a bit, we'd finished making a nice plate of mini sandwiches.
They're so small.
You know, I'm kind of surprised.
About what?
I didn't somehow mess this up. I'm kind of a disaster in the kitchen.
Then you are the traitor! Bang! With the frying pan.
I've never cooked much because I was worried it would mess up my fingers for piano. I never really learned how.
Well, I suppose it's hard to mess up sandwiches, right?
Wow, that really makes me feel better, Kibo. Still, I wouldn't have put it past me to mess something up. One time I accidentally set a toaster on fire.
Really? I am suddenly very afraid for myself.
Yeah.
No wonder you destroyed my programming the first night we were here.
Well, at least this was a success.
Should we go and get the others now?
Yes, I'll bring the food up while you two go and ask everyone.
Kibo, you're putting yourself in danger.
Sounds good.
I will go off alone to die.
Angie and I went around looking for people. Turns out, most of them were in their rooms just talking with someone. Surprisingly, they all agreed to it. I think they just wanted something to think about besides the motive.
Even Kokichi? So, who's left? So they didn't all agree to it.
Just Miyu, Chihiro, and Kokichi. The whole group made their way to Miyu's room, where we assumed she and the others would be. Angie knocked on the door, and after a moment, Miyu opened it, revealing her, Chihiro, and Kokichi all inside.
Huh? What the fuck is everyone doing here?
They're back! Hey guys, the others are back! 2.
The Monocubs didn't hesitate to rush over to the others excitedly.
Why don't you guys just have your game night in here? And play with the Monocubs.
Can we show you our new toy, please?
New toy.
Oh, show us! Quickly, please, I need it! The Monocubs ran over to these 2 little boxes that were placed on the floor.
2.
Oh god, it's horrifying! No! Oh no, I don't like it. That's scary. Okay, well.
One was about the size of a jack-in-the-box, and the other was about the size of my palm.
One's a camera, and the other one's scary Monokuma.
The jack-in-the-box one had a little white bear sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
How does it work? Look! Ah!
Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-dum.
Monofani ran in front of the smaller box, the one with the lens on it, and all of a sudden...
Clap.
The bear clapped its hands together, and a moment later it went back to its original position.
You can't tell me this is going to be important for a murder.
Yay! Wow, I loved that.
All of the monocubs were, incredibly entertained by such a simple toy.
Where did you get this device?
I wonder.
Who could have possibly created a machine?
I made it for them. It's just a motion detector that makes the bear clap when it's triggered.
Yeah, and these guys won't stop playing on it. Or playing with it. Such simpletons.
At least it keeps them busy when they aren't helping us work.
Yeah, but can we put it away for a bit? If I hear that thing clap one more time, I'm gonna fucking blow up. She's dead.
Mew glared at the monocubs. Monotara stared innocently back up at her as she stood in front of the motion sensor. Okay, sorry guys.
Actually, before you put it away, can we just tell you what we were gonna say first? Also, cursed frame to pause on. Because, you know, we might be leaving, so maybe just leave them with the toy.
Aww. I hate my mom. It's only for the night. I promise I'll bring it back tomorrow after breakfast. When I'm totally not dead.
Okay.
Thank God. Anyways, why'd you guys come here? And where's Kibo?
Oh, we killed him. Oh, right. We wanted to ask you guys to come play with some games with us up in the rec room for a bit. Just to unwind for a few hours. Kibo's already up there with snacks.
You know what? Yeah, why not?
We could use a break.
Well, I'm not going.
Are you coming too, Kokichi? Kokichi blinked, almost if he was surprised at being asked. We always asked you! You were always the one to turn us down!
Of course I am. I can't let you guys go off alone. What if my what if you plan my murder? Something like that.
Everyone groaned or shuddered at Kokichi's words, and we awkwardly made our way to the door. Oh, I almost forgot. Chihiro ran over to the bear toy, grabbing both parts of it, and waved at the monocubs on the way out. We'll be back in a bit. I'm taking your toy away anyway.
It's funny.
So long! Farewell!
Oh, man. I didn't want to hear that.
So, where are you going to put that toy? I think I know a place.
Oh no.
Chihiro led us to a storage room on the first floor.
Alright, I'm fine.
Whoa, I haven't been in here yet.
Thank goodness none of the murders involved just the storage room.
There's so much stuff.
Alright. I really have to clear my throat, so I'm gonna mute for you. I think that should be better.
Yeah, we've been using a lot of things in here for our inventions.
Okay, well...
We all took a look around the room as Chihiro slid the toy and motion sensor onto a shelf. I saw Mondo glance at a row of dumbbells before wincing and quickly looking away. I wonder what that's about.
Oh, this is the casino theme. I'm like, why is this playing? Oh.
We left the storage room and made our way up to the rec room, where Kibo was there waiting for us.
You made it. You're not all dead.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to do that without it sounding weird.
Ah, sweet! Food!
Okay.
Food. Yes, Kaede and I helped Anji make it. You can cook? Or you can cook?
I don't know. I've lost Red Taro somewhere.
No, trust me.
Wait, he was saying that to her? Not the robot? He's like,
Of course the robot can cook. So, what are we playing?
how about poker? That's a pretty big group for poker, but sure.
Kokichi's eyes lit up at the suggestion.
I love bluffing! It's my favorite activity! Oh, yes, let's do it! We can recreate that scene with the dogs playing poker.
No fair. This little bitch is the best bluffer in the room.
I told you, I love bluffing. Exactly. Let me have a little fun for once, damn it. I don't get to have fun anymore.
I think poker's a fine idea, Angie. But the loser's actually the winner. Okay, let's play. Everyone else either muttered in agreement or didn't care, so Kibo nodded and grabbed a deck of cards.
Kibo's gonna be our dealer.
Then it's settled.
We cleared the pool table, and Kokichi went to shuffle the cards.
Don't let him shuffle the cards.
Oh, no, you don't. I'll be dealing. Oh, but I wanted to cheat. Oh, looks like you're too smart for me.
He looks angry.
Well, how could you cheat at poker? I'll kill you.
Rintaro rolled his eyes and shuffled the cards as he explained the rules to everyone.
You're trying to, like, set up a hand, okay?
We all split up the chips on the pool table and started the game.
Whoa, poker.
Ooh, tough luck, Kabuki. That was a rough round for you,
Yep. Abuki's having so much fun, though.
I mean, she's got a lot of chips. Unless that's Taka's? No, because it'll be Kokichi. She's got almost as much as Kokichi.
Alright, next round.
Mondo's just not playing. He's just... Neither's Leon, even though he's like, poker? Okay.
Call! I call, too.
I don't have any cards in front of me. I think I need them. Oh, no, Chihiro's holding them on the table. Okay, I see.
I will raise. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he is playing. He's just not here.
Call!
This was fun. Even Kokichi looked like he was having a good time. Probably because he was winning by a lot, but still. Everyone else seemed to be having a good time too. Even the ones who weren't very good at the game. Eventually, almost everyone was out. The only two people left were...
Wow, I'm impressed you've made it this far. You've got a bit of a poker face on you, haven't you, Angie? Oh, well, that makes sense.
I just like to play the game, Kokichi. The two played a few more rounds, and in the end...
Nice try, Angie, but it looks like you just couldn't keep up.
Yes, well, good game, Kokichi.
That's also a little suspicious, but to be fair, she does kind of have this air of never showing emotion, so it makes sense she'd be at least good at bluffing in poker.
That was fun!
Yeah, nice to spend some time with Kibo again, too.
You replaced me. Really?
Yeah, why don't you come hang out with us, stupid?
Ugh, get a room, you two.
And preferably not Kaito's. Pretty fucking multi for somebody who...
Anyway, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm pretty tired now.
Me too. The night music.
Alright, stay safe, everyone.
Of course. Well, we didn't have any disasters yet.
You too, Kaede.
Everyone made their way to the rec room, chatting amongst themselves the whole way.
Yeah, I'm chatting amongst myself.
We went back to the dorms to turn in for the night. I was about to head into my room when I felt a hand brush against mine to slightly get my attention.
Kaede!
Huh? Rentaro?
Kaede, don't do it! Kaede, please!
Rentaro lowered his voice, speaking just so I could hear him.
I'm the traitor. Yes! Shuichi's like, hey, can you meet me back out here in 10 minutes?
What? Why?
Please, Kaede.
I had no idea what Rantaro wanted, and I'd be lying if a part of me wasn't nervous, but I looked into his eyes and I trusted him, so I took a deep breath and answered. Okay, 10 minutes. Rantaro smiled at me before walking past me to his room and closing the door. It was all done so quickly, no one who was still in the hall would have suspected a thing.
Well, that's a little bit bold. I suspect something.
I went into my room soon after, closing the door and waiting for 10 minutes.
I suspect you two are trying to do something naughty. It's probably what they would suspect anyway.
Here goes nothing. I pushed open the door to see Rantaro in the hall, looking around the corner as if checking if anyone was still around. Rantaro?
The rooms are soundproof, Kaede. We're fine now. I forgot about that. Kaede, thanks again for this. I didn't want anyone else to know.
It's no problem, Taro. So, what did you want to talk about?
It's been a while since she's called him that. I forgot that was a thing.
Rantaro's eyes flickered aside for a moment, almost like he was nervous.
Oh, I wonder if he's nervous or not.
Okay. Look, Kaede,
Rantaro suddenly paused, as if he was waiting for something to happen or interrupt him.
I don't think that's a sprite either. I think that was custom.
After nothing did happen, he took a deep breath and spoke.
I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, and I decided I can trust you. There's something I need to tell you. It's my talent.
Okay, here we go.
What? You figured it out?
I knew the whole time. No, I didn't figure it out. I knew it from the beginning.
What? You lied to us?
Yes, and I'm sorry, but I couldn't risk anyone coming after me if they knew.
If they knew what?
That I'm the ultimate survivor.
You're the what?
Ultimate survivor. In our last game, my monopad wasn't like the rest of yours. It had a message for me, and a map of the school on it.
So that's why you're in the library? You knew about the
secret room. Yeah.
But why'd you even have that monopad in the first place?
Because I survived my last killing game.
What? But that means...
Yeah. This is my third killing game.
Poor guy.
Just let me die! I don't remember anything from the first. They wiped my memory of it before ours.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. There's been nothing about it in this killing game, and I don't think it's like our last one. At least, not totally.
I don't understand. Why are you telling me this? Why now?
Because I trust you, Kaede. I didn't trust anyone in our last game, and that's what got me killed.
Rintaro.
That said, I understand if you're... Okay. Huh? Kaede.
Rintaro, are you the traitor?
That's the natural conclusion, right?
What?
I mean, if you've been in 3 killing games, then you might have connections to Monokuma. We won't hurt you. I won't tell anyone. We can figure something out, but...
Kaede, hey, look at me.
I sniffled again and looked up at Rantaro, who locked his eyes with mine.
I'm not the traitor. I have no idea why Monokuma is here. I promise you.
I blinked. I couldn't find any trace of a lie in Rantaro's gaze. Okay, I believe you.
Oh, good. I was a little worried I'd made a mistake there for a second.
Rantaro smiled at me, and I couldn't help but smile back.
Is there anything you want to know?
I don't think so. I'm glad you told me.
Yeah, me too. Kaede?
Huh?
Please, don't tell anyone about this. I'm not ready to let everyone know yet. I trust you, but I'm not so sure about the others.
Okay, I won't. Rintaro smiled softly before holding up his hand to me, his pinky extended. Oh, we're doing this.
Promise?
I nodded and linked my finger with his.
Haha, this was just an excuse to hold hands with you again.
Pinky promise. Well, I'm gonna head to bed, so I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, sleep well, Kaede.
You too, Taro. I waved to Rantaro, who waved back, and stepped into my room.
Ironically, for the chapter name, that conversation was not behind closed doors.
I lied down in my bed and reflected on everything I just learned.
Like, they could have just went back into Kaede's room.
I didn't know how long it took for me to fall asleep, but eventually I did.
Well, there's about 16 minutes left in this episode before someone's going to die.
Please, come on! This has to...
You again?
Kaede, listen to me.
I was in that classroom again. The same one from the last time this voice spoke to me.
Kaede, you can hear me.
Yeah, and I thought I told you to leave me alone unless you could help me.
I'm trying. There's some sort of block that stops me from saying things.
This is a dream. You aren't even real. Why do you keep coming back?
It is Shuichi! I knew it! I'd know that because anywhere. Oh, he's here. All my sprite edits have not been for naught.
Because I'm not going to let my friends
That was the wrong one.
Because I'm not going to let my friends die again.
Again? What do you mean?
Kaede.
Hey.
Bzzzt. It's Bzz, that was Maki.
Hey. There was another voice? I couldn't really make out either one that well, but it sounded different.
What? Already? But I... Bzz, now! Kaede, I'm sorry. I have to go.
Already? You haven't given me anything this whole time. Why can't you just...
Kaede, listen to my voice!
Ah!
Alright, well, we woke up. It is Shuichi. Wow, that makes me feel a little bit better about the whole situation. Yeah.
I gasped as I was forcefully woken up. The voice is gone as soon as they'd come.
We're not gone. We're in your drawer.
What the... I swear, if this is because of those sandwiches...
But you didn't have sandwiches before.
I groaned and rolled back over in bed, trying to get back to sleep.
That never works. Knock, 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 knock. Kaede, everyone died.
Ah, seriously? It's not even breakfast yet.
Wake up, Kaede. Come on. I don't know. Who could it be?
The knocking wouldn't stop, and it was becoming more and more desperate.
Well, that's probably a good sign.
Realizing I couldn't ignore it, I got out of bed and tiredly opened the door.
Kaede.
Ibuki? Kaede, everyone's dead. It's just me and the hamsters. Ibuki looked incredibly worried. Instantly, any grumpiness I had vanished. What's wrong? It's the Devas! Ibuki can't find Champi anywhere in her room.
Not Champi.
What? One of the monocubs ate it, I know it. Ibuki must have let him slip out when she went back to her room last night. What if he's hurt?
Would we have a trial for the hamster? Maybe the hamster was the traitor.
Calm down. I'm sure he's fine. Tell you what, I'll help you look for him before the morning announcement wakes everyone else up, okay? Okay, thank you, Kaede. I stepped into the hall, thinking about what to do about this lost hamster. How do you find a hamster in a school this big? Hey, Ibuki, is it okay if I wake up a couple other people? They could probably help us. Uh-huh. I walked over to one of the dorms and knocked firmly on the door. Sure enough, it opened a minute or so later.
Kaede, what are you doing awake at this hour?
Well, one of the Devas is missing. 2 of the floors are from your game, right? I was hoping you could lead us around the school to help us search.
Well, hopefully it hasn't got out to the island. Of course, I'd be happy to assist you and lead you both. I will be the leader.
Thanks. There was one more person I thought could help us, but... Sucking up my annoyance, I knocked on one more door. Minutes ticked by. Just as I was about to give up and go...
Ugh, if you're going to wake me up so early, someone better have died.
No! Champi is missing!
What is a Champi? Who? I don't know who that is. What are you talking about?
One of the 4 Dark Devas.
That still doesn't help. I still have no idea what you're talking about. You lost one of Gundam's hamsters. Oh my god.
A Deva!
Yes, a diva, whatever. And this involves me, why?
Well, you can pick locks, right?
You think it got into a locked... Well...
I was thinking maybe if you somehow got into a locked room through a vent or something, then you could help us get in?
Fine. I'll do anything to show off.
Really? You'll help us?
Of course not. I just wanted to hear Ibuki babble on about these hamsters like they're people. It's funny, in a sad kind of way.
Uh-huh. If you're gonna pick on anyone, why does it have to be Ibuki?
Let's get going, then.
It's like we're a rescue team. A red rescue team. Actually, more blue.
How exactly are we going to track this thing down? You realize this place is huge, right?
Oh, Ibuki can help. Ibuki's hearing is tip-top. She can hear Champy's movement if he's close.
That must be horrible.
That's great. At least we won't be running around forever then.
This is like where a minigame would happen.
We all spent some time...
The hardcore investigation music for finding the hamster.
We all spent some time exploring the school. Our first stop was the dining hall. Hear anything, Ibuki? I hear some fruit. Nope, nothing.
Then let's move on.
You know what's funny? You know what I just realized? Oh, this is hilarious. She wanted Taka to lead them around the school because Taka knew about 2 of the floors of the school. Right? And okay, that kind of makes sense for like the tippy top floor they just got, which is floor 2 of Hope's Peak Academy. But like at this point, they've been on the first floor longer than Taka had in the first game. Because Taka died in chapter 3. They've been on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy longer than he had. I mean, he's been on there longer than them in total, but like, you know, they've got the same amount of experience is what I'm saying.
We checked around the first and second floor. When we didn't find anything, we decided to head up to the third, where Taka would actually be helpful. Alright, let's start with
Uh-oh.
A hamster has been discovered. Nighttime is over. Rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
Hey, where'd the A and the U go from? Well, actually, there's a Y in there now, so you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say anything.
The others will be getting up about now, then.
Maybe it went into one of their rooms. Correct. We have precisely half an hour to search before we must report for breakfast. We can resume after that.
We all agreed and continued to look around the floor. Ibuki and Kokichi were walking behind Taka and I.
Ooh, tell me more. Tell me more, tell me more. Tell me who you adore.
Well, Sandy's favorite food is sunflower seeds, and Mega Z has a chipped ear.
Really? You don't say.
I rolled my eyes as Ibuki continued to tell Kokichi about the devas. At least it was harmless.
Isn't he, like, distracting her from listening for the hamster?
So, how's it going, Taka?
I have been better.
Great.
Well, this shouldn't get awkward at all. I'm sure. How are you dealing with all this?
Well, Mondo. That's just Mondo. Mondo is complicated. On the one hand, he has good intentions and wishes to protect me.
Or is that Kyondo? I never remember.
However, I do fear he can be too bold at times.
Also, what is he? I see. Well, if you know we're all here for you. Both of you. If you ever need to talk.
Yes, thank you, Kaede. I'll be alright. It's just new having someone else to talk to.
Huh? What do you mean?
Have you ever had multiple personalities?
No, that's just...
I've never been the best at socializing with my peers. Mondo was the first person I could truly call my friend. I don't think I'll ever be able to repay him for that.
Aw, Taka, that's sweet.
It's actually fairly sad, if I do say so myself. I suppose. Sometimes, though, I do wonder if...
Hey! Hey! Ibuki hears something!
You can't do hey hey. That's Chiaki's thing.
Hey, hey. Ibuki ran over to another part of the hallway, the rest of us jogging to catch up. Where is he? He must have stopped moving, but Ibuki knows he's close.
Well, then let's check the other 2 classrooms here. Kaede and I will take this one. You 2 take the other.
On it!
Uh-oh, is this how somebody's gonna die? What? Yeah, okay.
Taka and I stepped into the classroom, and the dramatic music started playing, and I'm not feeling okay. I tried to flip on the lights, but only the ones in the front turned on. We could only see the front half of the room. That's weird. They must be broken.
Oh, we've got the dim light on the sprites again. It's nice.
What is that?
Our eyes landed on a desk that was out of place. It was moved to the front of the room, near the teacher's podium. There was a folded piece of paper on it. Taka and I walked up to the desk, and I was about to pick up the paper when...
Ding dong bing. Oh, there's a trap! Oh no!
Before I knew what was happening, I was shoved to the floor.
Oh no, did Taka save us and die? Please no.
I heard the sound of blood splattering against the ground, and I looked up in horror as...
Well, he's not dead yet. It's not looking good, but he's still standing.
Kiyotaki Ishimaru. He pushed me out of the way from the 3 arrows that went through his own chest instead.
Okay, Kaede, do you remember earlier when I said I wasn't doing that great? Well, things have not gotten better. Oh, yes. Oh my. Oh dear.
The next few minutes were a blur. My scream echoed through the room. All of this for a damn hamster! Kaede, what's... Ah! Ibuki nearly dropped the hamster she was holding as Kokichi stood in the doorway.
But luckily it jumped up onto her shoulder.
A few minutes later, I heard footsteps running in our direction.
Kaede, are you okay? What's...
Motaro went silent when he saw Taka, standing frozen in shock as blood ran down his chest. Soon after, everyone else arrived.
We heard someone screaming. Is everyone...
No, this can't be.
Taka!
Mondo shoved past everyone and rushed forward, catching Taka just as his knees gave out. No one else could move, and even if we could, there wasn't anything we could do to save him.
I'm dying. Again. Oh boy.
Hey.
Taka, hey, come on! We can fix this! Just don't close your fucking eyes. Mondo. I never got my subplot about Kyondo resolved. No, I ain't letting you die again. Not like this. It ain't fair, damn it. Mondo.
Mondo's eyes widened in shock, and he went silent as Taka spoke.
Mondo, it's okay. No, come on! Don't say that, man! Don't get all sentimental on me. We'll fix this. Taka. Thank you. Huh? It took dying for me to admit how I feel. Thank you for being there, being my first friend, Mondo. Taka! Taka!
Despite Mondo's shouts, he never spoke again.
Well, at least hold on. Well, at least I'm alright, right, Kaede? Sorry. Bad timing. I didn't mean to, intrude on any... Oh, boy.
Okay, well, now I wonder. Because out of everyone, I do not think Taka's the traitor. So I think someone has done a Kaede here, and was planning to lure somebody into this trap after breakfast, when everybody's awake, right? But because we went out and searched before breakfast, we accidentally stepped into this trap that wasn't meant for us. I think if I was writing this case, right, and this is what I wanted to happen, was Taka saves Kaede, and he dies because he falls into this trap that was meant to kill somebody else, probably. The person I would have them target would be Rantaro, because they overheard Kaede and Rantaro in the hallway, and while Kaede might trust Rantaro, this person might not. And if I was going to choose anybody for it to be, the most logical answer would be Mondo, right? Because that's where all the drama is. Mondo accidentally kills Taka after sort of accidentally, in heavy quotation marks, killing Chihiro in the last one. And yeah. I think that's how I'd have it go down. I don't think that's what's going to happen, because I feel like it'll be somebody that's not Mondo, but I do think they were targeting Rantaro. I do think that's true. If we wanted to go really crazy, it could have been Ibuki or Kibo. Oh, I just realized Kibo can hear through the rooms. He could have heard Rantaro and Kaede talking. Oh, okay. That's probably not going to be a point, because I don't think they want to get rid of Kibo so soon. Like, he just got introduced last chapter and hasn't really done anything too crazy. But that would be a crazy plot point. Because they just forgot about that. And honestly, I forgot about that too. But they have set it up. They set it up initially, and they brought it up again a second time, because Kibo could hear what was happening in the room with the Monokubs. So Kibo could definitely have heard that Rantaro and Kaede were talking in the hallway. Actually, it might be Kibo. Because Kibo was feeling, like, a little useless, and yeah, I could see it. I wouldn't be mad about that, because it would at least, like, you know, it'd be an interesting development, you know what I mean? Because, okay, the only thing that makes me a little bit hesitant about this case, depending on how it goes down, is if it is sort of like a Kaede situation where they were trying to kill the traitor and they ended up killing someone else instead. That's literally, you know, what Kaede did with thinking she was going to kill the mastermind, and she killed Rantaro instead. We kind of had the same thing with Sayaka literally last chapter, right? Where Sayaka thought Kokichi was the mastermind and tried to kill him, but ended up accidentally killing Gundam instead. So, can you really do that 2 chapters in a row? I don't know. But it feels like that's what this is. And I do like this version better, if I'm being honest. Because, you know, you don't have to work around the music venue. Or not the music venue, actually, but the concert that was happening in the music venue, where, like, everybody is seen at certain times. I feel like those cases are usually weaker. Although the twist in the third one was fun. I feel like those are usually weaker. Because you can't really... It can't just be anyone. It has to be someone unexpected, right? Whereas in here, it could be anyone. And I think that's to the case's benefit. Anyway, If it was me, I would make Mondo do it and make everybody cry. But we'll see if that's what they do. So, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, like and subscribe. Actually, you know what? You kind of have to like and subscribe. Because I knew that was Shuichi from the second they were talking. Kaede, it's me. Kaede. I've been making that same joke for this entire series. And then it got official. So, that's cool. And also, leave in the comments... I forgot I was doing this for a while, where I told you to leave a comment about something. It was a good idea. I don't remember why I stopped. Comment below how you think Shuichi and Maki are getting in touch with these people. I'm assuming that they're all in a computer simulation, but maybe not. Maybe they're beaming directly into her mind. Who knows? Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye. I guess, okay, hold on. I guess it could also just be actually a dream, but that would be so sad. That they actually aren't trying to save her, and it's just all a dream she's having out of guilt about not being able to see Shuichi again. Okay, anyway, now bye.